This is a review of the Comfee tabletop or countertop dishwasher, which is one of the top selling dishwashers on Amazon. It comes with 6 different settings, although if I'm being honest, I always use hygiene.
And just to share with you, we just grilled outside a little bit. It was like some chicken breasts, some hamburgers, some hot dogs. Nothing too crazy, but these are like the dishes that absolutely cannot fit inside of the dishwasher. So for instance, we had dinner, put the small things inside of here, but you still have to be prepared to wash any kinds of large items, pots, pans, large utensils. These things just will not fit inside of a Comfee dishwasher. So here's a common load that I'll probably put into this dishwasher at the end of the night. As you can see here, sorry, I was just eating some like cake and whatnot on my birthday this past weekend. Knives don't fit into any of those slots, and the reason is if you fit it going down, it won't close up here, because you still have to make room for the water spout there. So generally speaking, knives have to go sit across like this in the dishwasher. Forks and spoons I'll try to line up, but as you can see, it becomes a game like trying to get dishes in here. I know in the like promotional materials that say you can fit up to 70 pieces, but you're not fitting like 70 real pieces of dishware in here. And just to give you a heads up, like for instance, these things, pots and pans, don't even think about putting them in there. And these dishes, like these are like Walmart 9-inch. I don't know what the diameter is. But the problem is when you sit it in here, it'll bump up against the roof. You have to slant it, but if you're gonna tilt it, then none of these things can fit in here, these like bowls and whatnot. So what I've generally done with the dishwasher is, you know, those big things I'll leave to wash afterwards, and then put these small like inconveniences to wash in the dishwasher. And now you can see the hose. One hose going out, that's the outlet hose that just dumps the water in the sink. And then if you have, I haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but I may fish a line coming from the water, the inlet valve, through this switch isn't working anymore, to connect here. And if you want to pour water into the machine, it goes up top here. So generally speaking, when I start the machine, put water in here, put the tab, close it all up, hit a couple buttons, and then it takes about 2 hours to get through a load like this. So if you don't have the machine connected to your water source, again, the other way to load it up with water is by pouring water through the top. So they come with this like 2-piece plastic Phillips set. This thing goes up to 1.8 liters. It takes about 4, right? When you do the math, this is the water, I guess, tank inside of this machine is about 5 liters. So it takes about 4 of these things. So generally you have to turn it on. It'll tell you this little pipe here indicates that you have to throw in water. These are the different settings. I usually hit just hygiene, whatever the case is. And then to fill it up, just pour to the top. Oh God. Do this like 4 times.
Well, it's been about a month now since we've had that Comfee dishwasher, tabletop dishwasher. And I wanted to wait about a month or so just to get a sense of whether or not we would keep it, how it fits in our lives, and if I'm going to give like a recommendation, why I'd give a recommendation. Ultimately, we decided to keep it. We're still using it. I'm using it right now. And what I would say is this. For like me personally, I don't hate doing dishes, right? I wish we had like a full-size dishwasher where we're living, but we don't. For me, and we still have to, even if we load up the dishwasher like it is right now, we still have to do dishes, right? Larger dishes, pots and pans that don't fit inside the dishwasher. So you might be watching this like and asking, then what's the real utility? Does it make sense to get this? If you're someone who absolutely detests dishes, then obviously get it, right? Because if you don't have, if you can have something in your apartment, in your house, that can take care of your dishes, great. If you're someone who doesn't mind the dishes, you just don't have a dishwasher, like a full-size dishwasher where you're living, then this may not like do anything for you, because again, if you're cooking on a regular basis, pots, pans, larger dishes, then this may not be suitable. If it's just one or maybe two people, I think this would actually work out very well, provided that you don't have like a sink filled with dishes. But if it's just maybe a quick plate in the morning to eat, like a bowl of oatmeal or something like that for a couple of people, coffee mugs, and then at nighttime a couple of plates, knowing that you're gonna have to wash your pots and pans separately, then I think this is a great thing. For me, I think the reason why we've decided to keep it, and I've really decided to keep it and use it, we use it every day now, and the reason is baby bottles. We have a toddler and we're expecting a second one, so we know that we're gonna have bottles to deal with for the next couple of years, several years. And if there's one thing that like got me, the reason why I got this, I was at the end of the night after I put baby to bed, toddler to bed, to then come down and do dishes. I didn't even mind doing the dishes. What like threw me for a loop was after you're done with dishes, if you've had to clean bottles before, you know you gotta let it soak. We would often leave because we go through a rotation of like 5 baby bottles or so, 5 for milk. And like if you leave it for an extended period of time, even a few hours, like it starts to get cruddy inside and whatnot. And you have to let it sink, soak for a while. Then you gotta scrub with different brushes. It was just, if I could just do dishes and then do my work afterwards, I'd be happy and I wouldn't need the dishwasher. But for us, the ability, like since we've gotten this, we've always had clean bottles. Like we just throw it in the machine, if nothing else, and it takes care of it. You might be someone out there saying, well, there are standalone machines that can do clean baby bottles. Yeah, there are, but why would I do a standalone baby bottles when I could throw baby bottles and also have this thing clean other dishes for us? So that ultimately, I'd recommend it. Again, if you hate doing dishes, you loathe doing dishes, maybe if you're 1 or 2 people living together and you don't have very many dishes, you don't have a dishwasher where you're at, I think that would be very suitable. And then also, again, if you're someone who has young children, you're using bottles, expecting to use more bottles, whatever the case is, this thing is great. It has its drawbacks. It doesn't do everything. You've got to spend some time and energy finagling like where you're putting what, and so that can take time. But ultimately, I think once you start understanding what can fit in there, what can't fit in there, you just like, it speeds up the process. Throw everything that you can inside the dishwasher, and then wash the rest of it. So I think it's definitely a recommendation for me if you're one of those people in those kinds of buckets. So far, I enjoy it. I look forward to attaching directly to the water source. That would eliminate another step, which would make, I think, this thing a little more, just feel a little more useful. But otherwise, yeah, I do recommend it. Again, if you're living, let's say you don't like doing dishes at all, it's a great purchase. If it's just 1 or 2 people, not very many dishes at all, and you just don't want to, you'd rather spend time doing something else as opposed to 20 minutes of dishes at the end of the night, this is a great purchase. And then again, if you've got baby bottles to deal with, you can do a standalone baby bottle cleaner, or just get a dishwasher that you throw in your baby bottles in there as well. So for me, if you're in one of those 3 buckets, definite purchase.